So I don't even want to I've just been talking to myself for like 20 minutes thinking I've been recording some real juicy stuff, which is really lame. I can't believe I sat here for that long. I'm literally sitting right in front of my phone and I didn't realize that I wasn't recording anything until like I have this doll almost out of the box. I'm just gonna keep going with the review. I mean, I'll have more dolls. I can do an unboxing video for Heather whenever she gets here. But basically, I was just showing how I unbox a Rainbow High slash Shadowhigh doll. And I start with the exterior box and I just cut it away all the tape to open it up. And then I took out I took out the clothes, and those are easy to pop off. I still have the plastic in them because I'm not gonna change Luna out today. Probably not. I want to get second dolls to display their second outfits, but people are literally selling new dolls for like $20, so not right now. Then, of course, I took out the doll stand that I've heard people tend to forget. I don't know how, but they do. Well, I mean, I know how, but, I open it from the back, so there's no way I could miss the doll stand. And plus, I know they come in doll stands, so I'm looking for one. Then I cut out the little plastic things holding in the shoes. And then I took out the doll. I'll save the doll for last, of course. Then I currently am cutting, well, I'm not cutting, but I'm peeling away the tape so that I can take her out with just the plastic and then cut away the ties holding her in the box. And I also mentioned at the beginning of the video that I know her bangs are a little jacked, but my mom actually got me this doll. And I can't even begin to explain how special this is that my mom got me this doll. So honestly, I don't care how her hair looks. And plus, I'm not super picky. I've seen some people be really picky about their dolls. And I guess I understand that. I mean, it's a $30 doll. But at the same time, gotta remember these dolls are aimed towards kids. So it's like, a kid really isn't gonna care. But, adult doll collectors will definitely bitch about it. But anyways, I was talking about how I feel about Rainbow High, and I was using Monster High as a comparison, so I'll just kind of try and, I guess, go to a more basic explanation because I've been talking for 20 minutes about nothing. But I was basically just saying that I definitely like Monster High more. I mean, obviously my opinion's biased. I started collecting Monster High, like 2011, and I just kept, 2012, and I just kept going and going, and then I had to stop for a long time, but then I picked it back up like 2 years ago. But Monster High is just cooler. I mean, it just is. And, the main thing with Shadowhigh dolls, I was thinking to myself, it's like, I feel like the dolls were made first and then they made the characters. But with Monster High, it's like they made these characters 2D, 3D, and then they made their dolls. And I don't know how this doll making process goes down. I'm just mainly saying that because I know these dolls are very big-headed, which honestly strayed me away from trying to collect Rainbow High when it first came out. But then they started coming out with these dark-skinned dolls, and just being black myself, I had to get my hands on one physically and see what it was really like in person instead of just, judging it from a distance. And so, I do have a lot of the darker skin dolls, and they're all gorgeous. Of course, I have my Shadowhighs here accompanying me while I open Luna. All my fun dolls. And so yeah, when Shadowhigh or Rainbow High just came out with the darker skin dolls, Crystal was my first one that caught my eye. And I didn't get her for a pretty long time just because, $30 a doll that I wasn't even really sure that I wanted was kind of steep for me at the time when Monster High prices are not cheap, since they weren't in stores at all. People sell Monster High for pretty pricey. So I was like, $30 for a doll I may like, or $30 for a Monster High doll I know I like. And, so for a long time, I just strayed away from it. But then I found one on Facebook Marketplace, new in the box for $10, so I had to jump on the deal. And I got Crystal. And then, for my birthday rolled around, and I got some other dolls and a few others that I really liked. I don't just have black dolls, but they were the ones that started me into trying to collect. And then, of course, they had to come out with this badass line, Shadowhigh. And I was just amazed. I had to have Ash. I had to have Chanel. And they were my first two dolls. And then I'm like, I'm going back for the rest. And this is one of the few lines I'm determined to complete. My mom actually did get me Heather as well. So hopefully I'll be getting the Heather dolls soon. And I've got Luna right here, so I'll just need Natasha. Well, I don't know. Honestly, all these dolls are really beautiful. But Natasha's initial look is my least favorite. So I know I'll definitely display her in our second outfit more than likely. I wish I was rich enough to, like, get new Shadowhigh dolls. But people will literally sell the new dolls for, like, $20 to $30, which is crazy. You know, granted, I did get a nude Ash for $20, but he came with a stand and it was shipped for $20, well, like $20 total. And I was desperate because the second outfit is adorable. Like, it's just so cute. And I didn't want to wait for a better deal because I looked, and at the time, no one had any other nude body on the market. So I just took the deal, and I'm happy I did because, you know, Ash is just really cute. Oh yeah, but my main thing with Rainbow High was just the fact that they have really round heads, round big heads. And I was saying, I feel like with this line, or just Rainbow High in general, like they made the dolls and then they transferred it into like a TV show or a cartoon. Whereas Monster High, it's like they made the 2D and the 3D cartoon and then they made the dolls. The dolls just translated really well into dolls. Whereas, I mean, Rainbow High is really good. These dolls are like detailed. They're like worth the price and everything. It's just they have big heads, which is a little bit off-putting for me. You know, I'm not saying I want my dolls to be realistic per se, but just, you know, portioned properly. Yeah, I don't know, it's not like the end of the world. Like these Shadowhighs, definitely, like they just look too cool. Like I can't get over how it looks in person. Like these dolls just look really fucking cool. And I can't wait for them to release more Shadowhigh dolls. You know, I heard they're releasing the twins. I personally don't think I want them just because, like, you know, they're not as grayscaled as these original 6 dolls. And plus, like, I don't know, the twins are just not... I don't want too many dolls. Like, space for Rainbow High dolls, the feed that I have is very limited already. And there's still a couple dolls that I want besides these 6 Shadowhighs. Like, I have a Daria doll on the way. White-haired Amaya. I still want, Pacific Coast Phaedra? Eventually. I still want Lily Chang. I don't have her. It'd be really cool to have Lily Chang. And I'll be honest, with these little things that attach into the plastic, I usually bite them off because I can just pull them with my teeth and most of it will come out. But for the sake of the video, I'll probably just like cut them, remove them with some pliers later. I don't know why they have to drill their head into the plastic with these things. It's honestly really lame. I'll just pull them with my fingers. Yeah, it's just, and then like, I really wish I was recording. My conversation would make more sense. But I also, before I realized I wasn't recording myself, I commented how Rainbow High is just really girly, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, these shows and stuff, I'd be really careful cutting these near their hair. Really tiny cuts. I've done this a lot of times, so I'm confident that I won't catch any of the hair in these things. And then sometimes you can just kind of pull it out because their hair isn't technically bolted, it's just strung. And then your doll is free. And I didn't forget about her comb, and I know her hand's still wrapped in plastic. So beautiful. Honestly, not all of her hair is gel, just like the ends. It's kind of weird. She's so cool. Like, I love her body tone. And how their heads move, that's a really nice feature. I did not forget about her comb. But just like, I watched the show and it's decently interesting. Personally, the most exciting thing for me was Bella's situation and the runway show, of course. Everything else was just kind of but like everything was leading up to those moments. And then like it's Monster High webisodes, and they're genuinely entertaining, I guess. They're cool, you know, they're intriguing. I love the characters in Monster High. But then I was thinking to myself, you know, they kind of have the advantage because, well, Monster High is obviously based off of monsters and creatures that inherently already exist, per se. Like, they have stories for these characters, you know, like, there's going to be a whole bunch of stories centered around Frankenstein and lore around Dracula and the werewolf. And so I feel like it's probably easier for them to make characters off of something that technically already exists. Whereas Rainbow High, you know, and Shadowhigh and everything in between, they're having to make stuff kind of from scratch. Like, there aren't really any Rainbow High or Rainbow people or characters, at least that I know of, that go to a performing arts school. Especially, you know, you can tell if you watch the show, it's made in this modern age. So, you know, obviously they're working more from scratch than Monster High is. But still, I will prefer Monster High over Shadowhigh like any day. Well, no, not Shadowhigh. Shadowhigh is really fucking cool. I'll prefer Monster High over Rainbow High. But Shadowhigh, really fucking cool. Like, I'm not really a series completer, but this series deserves to be completed. It's amazing. It's probably hurt my cat. He likes to be in my room, but he would just sit on everything if he was in here. Honestly, my doll doesn't look that bad. Like, her bangs can be tidied up, but her hair, decent. Ugh, my phone. Her hair is decent. Like, it's not bad. I can fix that with a couple of brushes. You know, I'm not whining about it. Her shoes are just as cool. Like, she's just as cool as she looks. Amazing. The nails, the earrings. Her face is so beautiful. I love her eyes and her lips. Like, the dark makeup on all the Shadowhigh dolls is so well put. I'll talk more about Rainbow High later. I can't believe I wasn't recording, which is so lame. I'll have to get my thoughts more composed. But that is how I open a doll. Basically, I do it very carefully and cut all the little plastic, and then your doll is free. And of course, I put the doll stand together. I'm so happy for her to join my collection. Like, I can't wait to see what they come out with next. You know, even if their doll looks and proportions aren't my favorite, like, they still are releasing really cool dolls, you know? Like, these Series 4 dolls, you know, the Indian one, I can't think of their names off the top of my head. There's so many dolls. But, of course, she has the, henna, which is amazing. And apparently Jewel is Brazilian, and she has vitiligo. Amazing. I honestly was only gonna get the Berry Girl because, you know, finances. I can only get so many dolls. But seeing the line and people taking pictures, I feel like I'm gonna need Berry Girl for sure. Berry Girl. And definitely is her name like Mila with the henna? So the Berry Girl, the one with the henna, and I'm thinking about getting Jewel. I think I'll for sure get the berry one and the doll with the henna, but I don't know. I mean, they're $30 a doll. Like, I'll see, because these dolls have not hit my area yet, so I have more time to gather funds for them. So I'll see what the funds look like. But I definitely have to get the Berry Girl. And the stand is not fitting, which is annoying. I just gotta push it down like really hard. There. But I'm excited for Series 4. I mean, I'm just a doll collector. I mean, if the doll looks cool, you know, I'll pick it up. I'll give it a look. I'm not super picky. And Rainbow High is just fun. It makes me excited to see what they'll come up with next, especially with this Shadowhigh line. Like, this is cool. Shadowhigh, really, really, really cool. Really cool. Yeah.